Hi, this is, let's see, testing. Hi, Smo Love Trio here. It is the 22nd of February, 2019, and let's see, it's 8, 6. It's really bad with time these days, but if I were in Switzerland, it's 10:07 in the evening. First of all, I would like to say I made a safe passage over the Atlantic from Switzerland and arrived in Boston on the 12th. And I was coming in following a snowstorm. So I had to sleep out or camp out at the Boston airport. That was interesting. Safe, very peaceful, homeless for a night, and not a problem. I only got 2 hours sleep though. And in the morning, I made contact with Music Alchemy and made it over to through the train station and what have you. And let's see, made it out to Framingham and got off at the wrong stop from Boston. It would have been a direct train over to Worcester. And I got off basically halfway through the trip. Anyway, I would like to first give recognition and thanks to those viewers who were sending out good intentions and assisting with my journey over the Atlantic. I will say I've had the smoothest landings for planes, considering this kind of storms that were happening. Just a little bit of turbulence, and I can't complain. It was actually so smooth, it was not a problem. Let's see. So I'd like to give thanks to Eli Buchanan for making a contribution to my one contact there in Switzerland. Thank you so much. And then I had a couple more. Mary Gould, thank you. And I look forward to doing a chat. So all those who had made a contribution, please make contact. I would love to do a recorded chat. Tell me if you're up for it. And then let's see, love. Thank you so much for contributing. And you know, I'm a slow speaker myself, and so things don't happen so quickly. When I'm in a chat, there's like a lot of dead air time. If we go back and look at the chat I did with Tony back last year, April or so. So let me see about adjusting the light here. That's a little better. We've actually had some nice weather here. Let's see if we can see a blue sky. Not really. We've actually had a lot of chemtrails that were being sprayed. So my coming back, it's good timing. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so it's like, what have I been doing for the past 10 days? I've made contact with my different contacts that I had plans to do video conferences with. And this is mainly with one contact in the Netherlands, and we're going to do Riddler van Nu. This is a Dutch book, excuse me. This is a Dutch book that we will be discussing, and I'm going to put doing recorded sessions with my contact until later next month. And then also what I have plans to do is I asked Tony P if he would do a recorded chat with me, but include Roy Mack, who is currently uploading Tony Pantalaresco's podcast. And I would just slip in hi and slip back out. So this way, Roy Mack would be able to do this recording and upload it to his channel. The other thing is Mary Goog. When she takes care of tax season, then we'll have, let's see, a recorded chat. So this will be further down the line. Now, it's good to be home. And this sort of welcoming that I've had has been very interesting. Let me see if I can adjust the, that's looking better. Okay. Actually, I have to do a little pause here. Unpause. Okay. So, being back, I do not have the kind of access to quality food the way I had when I was in Switzerland. So it's like, what do you eat here? For the past 10 days, my diet has mainly been hard-boiled eggs, butter, iodine, cheese. So fortunately, Music Alchemy happens to be in Worcester, and this is there are farms nearby. So I've been having a lot of local cheese. I've had this hard aged 60-day aged cheese that's local here. And yesterday I actually bought a pound of feta cheese. So I'm looking forward to trying that. But lots of butter. And some people know that I'm on life water therapy as well. So that's been my staple. But today, I actually got a chance to take time and see what I could pick up, like at Walgreens, one of those drugstores. Could be Rite Aid or CVS, the chains. Anyway, what I picked up is a bottle of maple syrup. This is 100% pure maple syrup, and I just get things that are on sale. I've got no money and what have you. Maple syrup in a glass is preferred. If it happens to be in plastic and it's not 100% pure, it would be necessary to, let's see, block the phytoestrogens in something that happens to be like stored in plastic, or if it's stored in a tin can, it would be to block the metalloestrogens. So I would put in rosemary herb just in a low heat to infuse the maple syrup. And as Tony had said, maple syrup has a lot of benefits that actually get better as it's heated. Low heat is ideal, and I would do that in my copper pot. Everything has been heated in my copper pot, which I actually put away and don't have. The other good find that I found over at this what do you call it, drugstore, is 100% pure Blue Anna coconut oil, non-hydrogenated, 0 grams trans fat per serving. So, and is a non-GMO derived food. So brain lubricant is basically based on saturated fat, getting it to your head, and this has 12 grams of saturated fat per tablespoon. So this has basically 28 servings per container, and it's 14 ounces. 14 ounces. Luann is like I think what I have heard is that this brand is also found at Walgreens. It is in plastic, so it would be to block the phytoestrogens that are leaching into the coconut oil by cooking it in a copper pot or a heat-resistant glass dish with some pieces of copper to infuse the copper with rosemary. Okay. Now, there is this location that I happen to be at has really good internet connection. And so what I'm finding is there's a lot of radiation spectrum that's being accessed, and it appears to be affecting the people who live in this house long term. They're very, let's see, there appears to be a mineral deficiency. So that's something to look into. What are the minerals? In terms of fighting the or detoxing the radiation that's being created through the Wi-Fi right now, Wi-Fi is a big issue, and I will see how fast this video can upload. But I basically got Epsom salt, and Epsom salt is essentially magnesium sulfate. Here they'll put it's a saline laxative, so it just means it's going to collect the radiation and pull it out of the body. This is 1 pound, so it's 16 ounces or 454 grams. And that would essentially be the use for this. 1 teaspoon is 5 grams, and it contains magnesium at 495 milligrams. That's a good amount to help pull out heavy metals. So I have a very limited diet, and I really didn't think I could lose more weight, but it's like my pants are just hanging on my hip bones, so I have to be very, I have to pull them up. I've got to get maybe a belt loop to close the loop, and it'll be okay. I'll just eat more fat, and that's all I feel like I can do. Is I just don't want to put glyphosates or be feeding on glyphosates or GMO foods. One thing that I have created, and I'll be stepping up so to show, because I think someone's coming in, but I've basically got my copper mesh that I have. These are the copper scrubbers that you can find in for kitchen goods, and I just stitch them all together. And then with that, let's see if I can. Okay, so there's the chair, and let's see if I can. I have a seat on it. Let's see here. That's what the chair looks like. Good. And then over there we can see the wire, the red wire coming off to the side. Okay. So copper wire attached to the scrubber, and then I lay it down on the seat, and I've got my back against here. We're electrical people, electrical beings, excuse me. True. And I have a seat on it. It's crossing my hips. It's going up the back of my spine. The red copper wire is attached to the scrubber, and I could leave it over there, but I just put it back there. And then I have at the other end, that's the copper wire just clipped off the top to expose it, and I stick this into the grounding, the third hole center of the electrical socket, and there's a little tingle. I sleep with the same piece, and I am grounding. I am releasing electrical buildup on a regular basis. And see here, it does stick me back in here. and I'm grounded. And I'm not like a kite, and the frequencies don't bother me, and I'm not aggravated. And um, it's been very helpful. It's what I've needed for a long time and didn't realize it. So this is the proper way to ground. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to show a picture because I don't have the same setup that I had when I was back at Switzerland. So hopefully this will be helpful. Just to let you know, I'm not going to be uploading so much stuff because of my limitation in terms of cutting videos. This is going on my new channel as well, which is to the last, and that's actually where I feel like I've done everything that I could do on Smo Love True, and I'm going to be active on the to the last channel. So if you're interested in anything I happen to be working on, that's actually also where I will be sharing links to when I do videos with my Dutch contact about Ritter van Nu. It will be on that channel. Maybe I'll put it on here as well. And I have to say, it's such a relief to be able to break out of the routine that I was in. It takes so much out of me. It took so much out of me to have kept that up, and it's rough on my partner. So I'm sending him love, unconditional love, and realize that that's all I can do. So I look forward with this next phase that I'm going into to develop the self that had been squashed by my whole life and the routine and the expectations that I had imposed on myself. I had a great big learning experience yesterday, and that was, of course, with Music Alchemy's assistance. It was whatever I didn't finish the day before, those things that had accumulated and had kept me in a routine, a cycle of just trying to catch up. It was to let it go. It's not meant to be completed. I worked on what I was supposed to work on, and if we could break our mind out of that and start over with a fresh, clean slate the next day, then the burden is lightened just because of our own expectations we impose on ourselves. So I hope that's helpful. It's not a journey for everybody because I was very regimented, and it was an ideal situation for the time that I was up in Switzerland. But now I'm here in Worcester, and things, it's going to produce a different Smo Love True. It's going to produce to the last. Okay? So have yourself a wonderful Friday, wherever you happen to be. Let's see. One thing I will say about Worcester is that the oppression here, it's so massive when I arrived. But yesterday I went for a walk, did some grocery shopping, and I felt like, with warmer weather, with more negative ions, it just feels, well, not that there are negative ions here, it's just I wasn't being bombarded by positive ions. I don't mind staying put. But I do have intentions to make my way over to my mom at Iowa State. And it's been a long time that I have seen her back in 2015. I need to make my way back there. Okay, well, have a wonderful weekend wherever you happen to be. Smo Love True. On our way to the last. Out for now.